So I saw a great video a couple of days ago that I got sent by a friend of mine about dealing with a narcissistic co-parent. And I just wanted to summarize it for you. It was a 20-minute video, and there's a lot of things that I understand that I've dealt with clients in this situation. So people who have narcissistic ex-partners who they have to try and co-parent with will understand it's an extremely difficult situation. So what I want to do is summarize it. And here's the thing. When you're dealing with a narcissistic partner, ex-partner or co-parent, unfortunately there is no co-parenting. It's impossible to actually co-parent on a similar structure, belief, drive that is best for your children. Now that might be really challenging to hear, but it's so true. Because the person who is narcissistic and self-involved is focused on causing you pain and grief. They're focused on causing as much disruption as they possibly can, and they are focused on winning at all costs. Their focus is not on the children and what's best for them. Their focus is certainly not on collaboration with you. And unfortunately, they will do the exact opposite of what is right for the children to just stick it to you, to just cause you grief. Sounds very harsh, may not sound believable, but if you have never experienced it, I understand you probably don't think people could be like that about their children, but if you've experienced it, as many of my clients have, you'll understand that is a very common occurrence. I speak to people probably weekly who go through this. I've got a number of mentoring clients I've worked with who go through this in a horrific intensity, that have people who in their lives, some women, some men, it is not a gender specific thing. It is a narcissistic personality trait, even an NPD, narcissistic personality disorder thing. So if you're in that situation with a narcissistic ex-partner, here's what you need to do. All you need to do is stick to your guns around what is right and what is the structure you have. Not what's fair, not what's equitable, not what's best for the children, because they're not interested in fair, equitable, or best for the children. They're interested in winning, and they're interested in inflicting pain on you as much as possible. So you need to, as soon as possible, have a structure in place around your shared parenting that's court ordered, and whether that's a negotiated and agreed outcome, which is probably not going to be the case, but which is definitely a court ordered and sanctioned approach. So when there comes the narcissistic abuse, belittling, manipulation, when they try to play against your empathetic nature, the kids don't want this, they don't want that, they don't want this, you have a structure with which to fall back on and go, it's not about what any of us want, it's what's been agreed through court, and this is what it is. Now, hopefully you can get to that by employing a mediator, sitting down with that person and getting there. That's unlikely. You may well have to go to a court process to get that put in place. Similarly, with anything else, do not engage. So there is a structure under the Child Support Agency as to who pays what. Get that sorted and put in place. You then need a structure under your shared parenting agreement through the court and put in place, and then you engage with that person like they are a bad business partner or a bad business client. You have a structure and parameters under which things operate, and you stick to that. You don't engage in emotional conversation. You don't engage in justification. You don't engage in he said, she said, who's right, who's wrong. You merely stick to the facts and the structure of the organisation that has set that for shared parenting and or financial. And then if there needs to be something done where you can negotiate a different outcome, then absolutely engage in that. So you need to be absolutely willing to engage in negotiation around times, dates, places, things, so that your children can enjoy time with the other parent. But if the other parent gets to the point where they are being their narcissistic selves and standing over you and causing problems for you, then there needs to be a strong structure where you retreat from the conversation and the negotiation, and the statement is, this is the thing, we're sticking to this thing unless we come to a reasonable and amicable outcome. Now, you don't make it emotional. This is just factual. It is just about a negotiation, like a business contract, like the sale of a house, like you are selling a vehicle, like you are engaging in any other service provider or difficult person you need to deal with. If you had somebody come and do a thing for you in your home and they did not abide by the contract, then you would go back to that contract, and that would be what you would use to rectify it. A structure around child support and a structure around parenting, shared parenting, time, holiday time, all of those things is absolutely necessary. Unfortunately, and as heartbreaking as it is, when you come to the realization that the person whom you were once in a relationship with, probably loved, certainly were engaged with enough to have children together, is not somebody who you can rationalize with, it is a super difficult thing to understand. But once you understand that and you have a structure to fall back on, it makes your life a whole lot more peaceful. Sorry for the extended version of this video, but I think it's super important to pick that up. That's a short version of the summary of the video I saw, my own experience with clients, my own experience in my own life, and so much of the other reading and education I've been through. Hope that helps. If you've got any comments, questions, anything about it, feel free to shoot me a message. Have an amazing day.